Better get over there and like keep an eye on what's being said and whatnot. Anyway. Alright, let's start this thing off. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Relax Guardians podcast, episode 12. I'm your host, Agnecar, for this evening. Joining me is Sebs. And pretty good, man. Keeping busy. Fucking work is so hot. Ugh, it's disgusting up here. That's it. Fucking hell, man. Oh shit. I've had you muted. Whoops.
Way fucking muted.
I normally have my desktop audio muted. And it's alright. They're like roasting me in the fucking chat now. All Seb said was that he worked for 2 hours and went home.
Basically, yeah. Worked for 2 hours, went home, and then I had a meeting for about a half hour, and then I played the game. You know, the game that we told about.
You know that thing that we do.
Yeah.
Part-time career, you know.
What? Because have you been on lately?
Not today. I was on last night.
So now they've changed. I don't understand that. They've changed now the Harbinger mission. I know why they've changed it, but they changed the Harbinger mission now that it's not a weekly thing. So you can just farm it as much as you want.
Okay.
Because they found a loophole last week about if you didn't pick up the Crow's bounty, then you could keep on farming it. It just wouldn't clock over that you completed it.
Yeah.
So I would imagine, because we're at the very end of the season now, I would imagine Bungie's just gone, oh, fuck it, we'll just open it up. Saves all the fucking about. Because people who have picked it, people who haven't picked it, they can't distinguish. They can't distinguish between it. Yeah. So they just opened it up for everybody now. So you can keep farming for a Hawk Moon. And you'll get the initial one is 2, and then one after that. But you can get the feathers now. Seiko pulled one and got the ship.
Okay. So he's gonna be fucking roaming around in that every single time you get into it. Look at my ship. Look at my ship.
Yeah, but like he hasn't got the best ship.
Isn't it the white one with the blue feathers?
Yeah, but he hasn't got the best ship. My fucking ship is the best.
Your Wrath of the Machine one?
No, it's the Black Armory one.
What did I say? Wrath of the Machine. Let's go to the past. Is that the one?
Yeah. The Black Armory, the way you have to do so many Black Armory fucking completions and stuff like that. So I understand why they've done it. I understand why they've done it, because it's too much fucking hassle of. What the fuck?
This chat is just like. The chat's just going fucking off saying mute Sebs, please. It was better when he was muted.
Yeah, well, like, I've got. Oh. Yeah, there we are. Because I've got you in the background. I just went on there and you got ads on about Subway or some shit like that. So I just said, like, yeah.
I don't get anything from that either. Like, that's all free advertising.
The fat guy will do it. But
Jared's coming for you.
Yeah, so look, that's why I understand why they've done it. And it's just the way it is.
Do you reckon it was a bug to begin with? Like the intention initially wanted you to farm for that role, but you just couldn't for whatever reason?
Possibly, yeah. You could fucking. It could be a bug, obviously, but like usually it's not though. Usually they time gate the shit out of this stuff. And they go, oh well, we want you to just look at the Whisper mission, look at the Outbreak Perfected mission. It was all time gated. You could only do this once a week. and it's
Yeah,
kind of
the
the way they
catalyst.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they roll this is usually a time gated thing. Bungie love the time gated shit.
I remember when it first dropped, like for the first 20 minutes, when you got to the dam and people couldn't figure out how to jump down to the tree to get over to the dam wall. Everyone was just onto it going, it's time gated, don't bother trying to do the mission, you can't clear it, you gotta wait till next week to actually finish it. And Bungie's like, no, it's definitely finishable, you just need to look. And then people obviously figure out how to jump down to the tree to get over to the wall and actually keep going.
I got fucking stuck in the red room. You know, with the computer at the end?
Yeah.
Like, you fucking roll in there, you go to the end, you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to shoot this computer? And you fucking there shooting the computer, you're trying to fucking jump up. There's that little fucking jumping shit above you, so you try and jump up that and jump up that. And you're like, where the fuck? All right, it's obviously, I've just jumped into a bugged scenario. Let's close it down. All right, cool, got back in it. Can't get it anyway. Didn't know where the fuck it was. All right, obviously it's the computer. Let's shut everything fucking down. Let's shut the whole computer down, loaded it back up, stuck in the room. I was like, motherfucker. Looked up a few walkthroughs, but they turn on and fucking, they missed that part out. They go, yeah, it's just like a linear thing. You just get you finish here, and then you go, and I'm like, where's the fucking red part? And I went on like 3 of them, and they're all exactly the same. Linear, you go here, and then you end up here. I'm like, that's fucking. And then you kind of roll back, and there's this little tiny fucking sliver.
The alleyway, yeah. You got to
you.
I got stuck there as well, but it was when you shoot that chimney with the Hawkmoon to get into that actual mission. I shot it and ran in, and like I got stuck in that alleyway, but finally found it. And then that door, where you're supposed to interact with that door, I couldn't interact with it, and so I was shooting that little red light next to it, trying to figure out what the fuck I'd done wrong. And then I was like, I did the same thing. I like fast traveled out, and I tried to reset it and everything. And then I get back to the chimney, and then I see a little quick interaction thing pop up as I walk through the chimney that says start mission, and I was like, fuck. I didn't actually start the mission before I'd actually gone through.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it just activate? Why is it not just like a dungeon where you just hit it and you just it go? Like you're obviously going to do the Harbinger mission. Just put when you get through that interaction doorway, just put me in a different instance after that.
But it has to load in. It's down to what we didn't discuss. What we didn't discuss with Monster last week was dedicated servers.
Yeah.
And so they to do the instant, they grab you from where you are with a lot of people interaction, and they put you into a dedicated area for that one mission.
Yeah.
And like what I didn't get into, obviously dedicated servers last week because I went on a fucking tangent, is if you had dedicated servers for PvP, where that it would cost a fucking absolute fortune, don't get me wrong. But you'd always have to reload out of it. So you'd have to kind of go into another game. You'd have to go up, all right, I'm going to load into that PvP. So you'd always reload it.
Yeah.
Reload.
Yeah.
And dedicated servers, so they'd be Australasia. So it'll be Australia and China, Japan, because that's our area.
Yeah.
Now, they have got fucking some super internet compared to our fucking shit 4G. Like rabbit
5G's
fucking...
coming, alright. They're laying down the tram lines. They're putting it in the tram lines. It's coming.
The fucking cancer.
The cancer's coming. Yeah, I know. They're coming from Aldenut.
Yeah. And so, like, yeah, dedicated servers will be good, but then it's just reducing that fucking pool of people who play it even more, and they've got better internet and stuff like that. So I didn't manage to fucking speak about that. Yes, I was reading it the other day. Yeah. And that's the issue, obviously.
I was just going to say, the only thing I would have to that is like with lost sectors, you just walk into a lost sector and then you're in your own instance. You don't have to well, besides the master lock sectors, that's when it activates differently. I guess that would be the same thing, wouldn't it? Is this, you're not just like going into a same leveled area, you're going into a actual activity. So I guess that's why you have to activate it differently.
Yeah. So look, I don't know. Like it could have been a glitch. We're supposed to have been able to farm it from the start, and the people picked up obviously could have caused the glitch. Yeah. But usually, like I said before, they usually time gated. Fucking Bungie loves their fucking time gated shit.
Well, I mean, they're easing off on that. Like, they're not releasing all of the content straight away, but like they're not time gating missions anymore like they once were. Like you said, like with Whisper's Catalyst, you couldn't get that completed until like 4 weeks later, a month later, because you constantly had to redo that mission. But Hawkmoon Catalyst, you can go to Soros Harbor and get kills, and you get the catalyst done. You know, once it's out, you got access to all of that content now.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
what
good.
is? Do you know the god roll for Hawkmoon? Like, cause I got rangefinder. I got a rangefinder today.
Some sort of stability barrel, I guess, and rangefinder.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
So he's not bad. What else? Obviously, we played Grandmasters, or we tried Grandmasters. And look, for everybody out there, if you want a challenging thing for Destiny, like maybe not this year, maybe not this season, but next season, season 13, when they bring the adept weapons in, I would imagine it's going to push more people towards Grandmasters.
Yeah.
Is get somebody like Shawnee who knows all the fucking knows all the. We got a mate who Shawnee watches all the videos. He
sits
fucking
down
knows all
and
the
studies
setups. Yeah, and he fucking brought his Titan in with his little arm things with a purple shield.
Yeah.
The floor was purple. He was purple. I died a lot.
There was so many times where I died to things that just I can't understand. Like we were doing the I don't know what the strike's called, but it's the Brood Queen strike. Broodhold. There you go. Where you go down to the bottom just before the final boss, where you do that last drop down. And I was falling, and I did my jump fine, and then I must have hit like a weird bit of geometry, and just instant died. And then you respawned me finally, and I like respawned on the edge, fell down, and kept sliding into the boss again. And you're just like, how about you just come back up and you stay alive up here? Like, I can't. I'm not doing anything. I'm just falling to my death.
Well, the problem is I had to like when you died.
Yeah.
Because you can't res yourself. When you died all the way up the fucking top, and I had to use like that middle tree solar grenade thing to jump up there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be just fucking stuck up there.
Yeah, I was fucked. Oh man.
All right. We had a discussion about fucking trials being broken last week. Holy fucking shit, guys! Trials.
We have one game. We have one game where they were like just below our level, and we rolled them. And I wish every game was like that, at least for the first 3 wins on a card, and then it gets harder after that.
At least five wins. Come on, just get the fifth
it's
win.
like the first 3 is like fine because you get the weapon and you get an easy roll. Then 5 is like you kind of get a challenge, and then after 5 is people going for flawless, and that's when you should sweat. But I feel like 5 is a middle ground for like people who are better at the game but aren't constantly flawless. That would be nice if there was a population game mode as well. Like Monster was saying last week, you know, no one's playing it, so why would it pay the people who aren't playing it?
Yeah, because we stuck at it. We did Saturday, we did Sunday, we did fucking what day are we?
Wednesday.
We did Monday as well. We did a little bit of Monday, a little bit of Tuesday.
Yeah, we did 4 days of it, and we got 3 wins.
I think I think we won 3 wins. I think.
Yeah.
But like when they were shit, when they were bad, they were fucking bad. No. But when they were good, they were crazy fucking good. Like they were doing 360 no scopes.
There was
fucking upside down, fucking Bacchus, Mask of Bacchus around behind me, above me, and then just shoot me fucking straight bang in the fucking face.
I was having games where I was like playing like the people that would slap us like nothing. You know, like I would do the Bacchus teleport behind people and fucking headshot them, and I was like having games where I felt like I was on a different level. And then we go into the next round, and I had no thumbs. You know?
Yeah.
These dudes were just like, I don't know, their sniper shots were always on point. One dude pulled out an Ariana's VR, and he 2-tapped me in the head before I could get a shot off. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like what we
free the nipple.
It is free the nipple. Look, I've had to fucking because I got told last week, me having my top off. You have to watch out. Like you can't see the nipple on that side because there's a tattoo on there. This one, so I've had to
on the areola.
Yeah, so I've had to make green tip. What I'm gonna do is every week is gonna be a different thing. I'm gonna try and get some unicorns next week or some flying cats.
Hello Kitty band-aids. Yeah.
Yep.
Sponsor.
I've got some fucking shit and stuff like that, but yeah, so what I was discussing is maybe have a tier system when you have floor. Yeah, the world is open. The world is open because at the moment it's still fucking 20 odd fucking degrees in this room.
It's like
it is fucking ridiculous.
30 degrees here. It's fucked.
Yeah. It was it was 38 last night. It was 38 last night, and then when it shot down to 24, it's raining outside now, but it's still fucking boiling. It's bloody. But maybe they should have a tier system for trials. Like if you have one flawless, you go into a card with other flawless people.
Yeah.
If obviously if the pool is quite small, if the pool is quite small, then they obviously there's going to be a fucking issue there. You may only just get the same fucking team over and over again.
Yeah.
Once you get to 5 tier, once you get a five flawless, you go into another tier or something like that. Like just think, because we had one guy yesterday with 270 odd fucking flawless.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, come on.
One of the guys on Sunday, he was retired. I forget. It's DMZO or something. I think that was his name. He was one of those teams that just like wiped us. Yeah. Next day, I'm watching Monsters stream, and Monsters playing with that guy. Like, I was just like, it must just be like a tiny Australian pool, and these guys are just like the PvP clan, and all of their mates just jump in trials because that's the place to be. But trying to get in it now. We're not the best PvP players in the world. We're not the worst, but like it's
something happened with my connection. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because I woke up this morning, there's no internet in my house. So something has gone. Something has happened because the guys are doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they were at the jump and then top bottom the jump, and I was like, look, I can't fucking play this. I'm not gonna fucking reset my router and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't fucking shoot people.
Yeah.
Neither could Seiko because he's fucking ass.
Seiko had like one good game, alright. Props.
Well, come on, man. He had like. He had maybe 1.5 games. Me and my Overwatch, like so far behind that I'm looking for snipers and stuff like that. Then everything's dead by the time I get there. Like,
there was a few times
for the party.
I run in and get triple down, and Seiko's behind me. It's like telling me that I stole his kills and I did all the damage.
What was it? Was it one stage I had like fucking 1,900 points of damage with no kills?
Like, what the fuck? You shattered that many crystals and I got all the kills, and I had like 400 points of damage.
Fucking, or just not fucking killing the blow, you know, just fucking popping him in the chest, and then that's it.
Broke the shields, and I'd run in with my little 7 Seraph quick draw around, just pop.
Fucking. But the issue another one obviously is fucking Fell Winters. That fucking thing is everywhere. I can't shoot shotties for the sake of my fucking life.
I just wish I had it. I just wish it's so painful. I'm watching streamers and they're like so far away on the Exodus Blue map that we were playing last night, and they'll be like take Heavy Round for example, where you got Heavy on that crate at the back, and then you got that little tunnel that's looking into it. They'll be on one side of the tunnel, and dudes will be like just peeking in. Fellwinters kill them, and it's like I can't. That gun is so powerful, and it's not attainable at the moment.
Yeah, well, I just want to know the range. Like, I just want a red line that comes up so I can just see the fucking range.
You just keep going with your hands, and wherever you stop is wherever the range is.
Are we talking about my dick size now?
Yeah, look, take it however you want. Like
because every time I use it, the range is like this. But every time somebody else uses it, it's fucking around the corner and above you, and it fucking kills you. I just don't understand.
Yeah,
I can't wait until it's fucking sunsetted.
It's like it's a slug shotgun, but it's a spread. But its damage cone is so linear and so tight.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? I can't wait.
Do you reckon they've gone? We fucked up.
It's another recluse. That's all it is. You know, but it just doesn't have a perk to activate to make it the most powerful thing ever. It's just naturally that strong.
But do you think they're on the stage now where they just go, well, it's going to get sunset in the next 2 seasons. Fuck it, we'll just might as well just leave it go.
Yeah. I think with even the way that they've planned on releasing it, so next season is going to be available to obtain on the wall, the exotic kiosk wall, and then the season after that it's gone. And I think that's what their plan is for a lot of powerful weapons. If it gets to a point where it's too far down the line and it's not worth nerfing it, like Recluse, like it got to a point with Recluse where it just got too powerful that they just left it until it was sunsetted. I think that's their plan. They just have weapons if it gets too far along, they'll just sunset it in a season, but let everyone have it.
But they nerfed Recluse though.
Yeah, but it didn't do anything. Yeah, they nerfed Recluse, but it was still super powerful, and it's like the man at arms perk is what got nerfed. It's the amount of time that it was useful for, but it was still powerful and it was still usable. Only reason Mountaintop isn't used at the moment is because it got sunsetted. That didn't get touched. Well, it did. Its blast radius got nerfed, but like it still does the exact same thing that it was doing before it was sunsetted. But just people have different weapons that they want to use now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough then.
You know.
Yeah, because like it just seems overpowered. Like everybody's going for it, and then Strum. Obviously, Strum is fucked up as well. Strum is fucking hardcore. That shoots you.
I use that. I use that so much because
mate, I love how you're either using Strum or fucking Jotun. Dude, you can.
I don't have a Jotun. So
what? You don't have a Jotun?
Oh man. I wasn't gonna let it taint my vault. In-air accuracy on Mountaintop got shafted with the nerf. Yeah, it was the in-air accuracy of Mountaintop, but it still does amazing things.
You can still put Icarus grip on there, and then it kind of brings it slightly back up with the in-air accuracy.
I think that was actually the case, and then Warlocks obviously can do that forever flying. So it's like the in-air accuracy was mostly like Hunters, because Titans, even though you can stay in the air for so long. They fall, but it's
Titans
still
kind of fall slowly, don't they?
Yeah, it's still manageable. Even with Icarus, its aids. It's still better than fucking a lot of guns out there. Like I said, it just doesn't get used because you can't use it in endgame, so there's no point in practicing with it in sixes.
Yeah.
But stuff like All Wings Walls is like fucking all over the place. The new
Is that the one that does the void line though?
Yeah, exactly. That's the one. That's from Wrathborn Hunts. That
yeah.
And you can get some pretty amazing perks from that as well. But yeah, like it does the bounce off the wall, hit the ground, void wall.
Or if you hit the ground, you can hit them in front of the people, and it goes straight through. Yeah. So if there's two people running towards you, you're fucked. Yeah. Look, I'm just surprising. It's surprising. Telesto is still a fucking staple. If you,
I don't understand how Telesto is still in the game. They've physically taken it out of the game twice.
Yeah, it's like it's still a fucking ridiculous fucking thing. Like you can see, the guys who just pray and spray. Like Telesto comes out, bang.
Yeah,
you're fucking purple. You're running around with all these fucking darts all over you and shit like that, and then you fucking die.
Yeah,
like
no
it's such a.
If it touches you, you're dead.
Out of all the exotic weapons, that is the one I regularly see. Like
we saw it in trials.
Jotun,
Yeah, we see it in trials time to time. People like they're not the sweatiest of players, but that gun is so easy to use and so forgiving to use that it gets you kills more times than it doesn't. Jotun it got its tracking nerf, but I've seen times where people are like, the tracking sucks, and then I'll see Jotun come at me and do a 90-degree turn to hit my teammate.
Yeah. And there was rumors that they were gonna bring a catalyst out for it that changes the reload speed on it. And changes the reload speed so it's faster reloading and the accuracy is better. Come on, guys. The fucking killer toaster, man. Just leave it where it is. It's
may as well just give Truth like a second projectile off its rocket. Oh, that's what Two-Tailed Fox was originally, but imagine two projectiles that aggressively tracked like Truth. And that's its catalyst.
But like even what's called, even the Eyes of Tomorrow. That thing, once you get well, maybe you should fucking start raiding a little bit.
Oh, I'd never raid.
I've only had 3 or 4 of them drop. But I've seen some fucker, like I saw some fucker using it and he killed like 4 fucking people because he just went and then shot it and then they all fucking came. So I thought, that's awesome. I'm gonna give that a go. I went to use it, 3 people, fucking ice wall straight in front of me, fucking killed myself. Like it's always the same with these fucking good guns because I can't, like, you haven't got the time in them. It's like 1,000 voices, bang, you're fucking dead. Like always, bang, you're fucking dead.
You can throw a little dick on someone's head. Man, 1,000 voices. I've got that and I haven't used that in anything at all. I've actually had that 3 times. I had a double drop one raid when we were trying to get other people the goddamn gun. So
Yeah,
that's why
look,
I don't have Eyes of Tomorrow, because I've gotten so many other amazing exotics.
it's a fantastic. It's a fuck. It does some. I can't even say it's fantastic because I've never fucking. I don't use the bloody thing. But it's for if you need pure fucking solar damage, that is your fucking man.
It's
Pure
so,
solar damage.
it's so weird, the state of exotics from raids nowadays compared to Destiny 1, because exotics in Destiny 1 raids were like super useful in those raids. Like,
Yeah.
what was the Prometheus lanes or no?
Polaris Lance.
Vex Mythic Glass and Vault of Glass. It was a fusion rifle that shot like an auto rifle. But in Vault of Glass, there's these like things you have to destroy called oracles, and that exotic did extra damage on oracles. So in the hard mode, when they had more health, it kind of brought it down to normal mode and made the raid a bit more accessible. So like getting exotics made it more worthwhile to go back into the raid. Eyes of Tomorrow doesn't really help you in any way. It's like it's way better to use Lament for Atrax, and then it's way better to use Anarchy for Tanix.
Well, no, because Dak was saying Atrax is not classed as an end boss, so it hasn't got the 55% nerf on it.
Oh yeah, for the claims, yeah.
So if you go six people, you can one phase Atrax. So you just get everybody up to the top, that guy, and you just fucking hammer him as fast as possible. And then you're supposed to do it in one phase. The issue is that I think they reduced it because of Galahorn. Or Yalahorn, however you want to pronounce the fucking thing.
It is Yalahorn, but people say Galahorn.
Yeah, where it just fucking wrecked, and it was just a beast of a gun. Yeah. And then people were complaining they didn't get a gun. Then Zeus started fucking talking about the 9. Zeus started to fucking sell the fucker. And that's how I got it. Yeah. I had to go and buy it because I couldn't get it any other fucker.
Yeah, I got it first week, and then Zeus sold it. And then he didn't sell it again until like the week before I think it was the Wrath of the Machine DLC release, and that's when I got a massive nerf. Yeah. Rise of Iron, actually. Yeah, it was he sold it the expansion before they literally give it to you. Like, they gave you a quest, which was go and build the Galahorn. And it was a weird time.
So they didn't want the Galahorn. So they on every boss it's 54%.
Yeah.
Like damage reduction, which is fucking trash.
Yeah.
Like you should not be restricted.
Yeah, exactly. It just seems so weird. Like, especially a rocket launcher from a raid where the final boss cannot get close quarter combat. Like, you have to hit it from range. So why not use a rocket launcher, especially the rated rocket launcher? Like, make it useful in the activities that it's for. Like Hawkmoon, you have to use Hawkmoon to get into the Harbinger quest, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
like
because it just doesn't make fucking sense. Like the only encounter that you can use it on is fucking Atrax.
Yeah,
because he's not classed as a fucking end boss until you get to the end, and then he's classed as an end boss. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Does it work on the canisters in the security room at all?
Well, think about it. It's that fucking spread on it.
Oh, yeah, it would just hit the other canisters and fuck it up.
Yeah, so it could just fuck it up. And whether it will work on the third encounter there isn't one, there's the jumping puzzle. And what else have you got? You know, Atrax is the more difficult one, and then you've got the nuke passing and all that sort of shit. Yeah,
so what's the point?
Even fucking...
especially they really leaned heavily into it as well in Taken King, when there was a weapon called I forget what it's called. Essentially, it was a scout rifle, but when it got to the final bullet in the chamber, the final bullet wouldn't reload. It would stay in the chamber, but it would drain your life instead. But there was a mechanic where you stayed in this kind of a Titan bubble deal. It's like a relic that puts a shield around you that heals you. So you can infinitely shoot this gun as long as you're inside this bubble to damage the boss. And it was like a weapon tied to the raid that helps a mechanic in the raid that helps the gun. It was all tied together and it all worked together. And outside of that encounter, gun was fucking useless. Didn't work in PvP.
Yeah.
It was like, it was just meant to make that encounter better. Or like the final boss better, you know? But we don't have that in Destiny 2 at all.
But do you think as the dev team changed then, or they've gone in a different direction and stuff?
They've had dev team changes, and Activision isn't a producer on the game anymore, so they can't do such large scale. And they had complaints from the community of gatekeeping from raids because people will be like, you need to do this, you need to have this amazing weapon to do this raid with us, otherwise you can't get in. Like, you need Galahorn to do this raid, but obviously
Right,
you need to do the raid to get the gun. So that's kind of where it comes from. Is like, and like Monster was saying, it's like big time streamers are like barking all this information out, like, you need to get rid of this tide and exotics and everything to make it more accessible for lower player members, but like, you don't know what you're taking away until you lose it.
But they still fucking do it though. You still get the like as soon as day one raid fucking comes out, double slug shorties, cloud strike that's not even out yet, and fucking 40 fucking clears.
Yeah,
like you still got these.
Have
fucking,
emblem, know what to do. Oh.
Yeah, know what to do. Have emblem, 40 clears. Day one raid come out yesterday.
Yeah, like it's still contest mode. It's still contest mode. You must have emblem. It's like, motherfucker, you don't have the emblem.
Yeah, it just doesn't, like, I understand that people just want a nice, clean run.
Yeah.
But, because what was the GUS? GUS was, Isn't Armies, I think, was with the goal for that. Mm-hmm. So Isn't Armies, you have to have Isn't Armies.
That's that
Xenophage.
The Harpy boss, yeah.
So you have to have these. So they are reducing the fact that, obviously, because Xenophage was a weapon that you could get if you played the game long enough. You would have Isn't Armies without a fucking doubt.
Yeah,
or you should have it. So like, yeah, they're all obtainable, and obviously the gating of if you've got an exotic that you can only get from the fucking raid, whether it's like Anarchy or fucking Thousand Voices, and so you're excluded from the end. You're excluded from the raid because you haven't got Anarchy, you haven't got a Thousand Voices. Then yes, it is a bit fucking slack, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's how as a developer, how do you change your community to be more accepting? Like, it's kind of an impossible task. You know, you can't make people be better players or like more accepting players, no matter what you do. That's what they tried to do by taking exotics out of it, making exotics less important by earning them through raids, and that's why we got Lament as a quest instead, and Hawkmoon, you know, making exotics all like powerful weapons quests instead to make it more accessible so people can get into more activities.
Yeah.
I guess that's
what. Sorry, in the chat, I was just reading what Raf is saying in the chat. Marv is saying LFG. Yes, it is full of egotistical fucking assholes.
Yeah,
but you always get the ones where they're okay.
Yeah,
like it always seems there's 90% of fucking trash and there's that 10% that you just jump into a fucking match and it's all fucking gravy and it's all fucking good and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But like you said, like I said, you always get the ones where you go, have the emblem, 30 clears, your left foot has to be shorter than your fucking right foot, and you have to have a fucking green nipple and stuff like that. So like, it just doesn't. It just makes life fucking hard. These games are based around playing as a fucking team.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't fucking care. Take people through, teach them the fucking encounter.
Yeah.
They're always gonna come back and they know what it is for the next fucking the next encounter. You know.
Exactly. It's like, and it's best when you do a Sherpa to make people who don't know the raid just learn one mechanic, and then they can bring people in and say, "Look, I know this mechanic. I sort of know the rest of the mechanics, so I can lead with this bit," and it helps people just like experience the raid fully and get more confidence to go out and lead a raid of their own, because that's how you get more people doing this endgame activity, because it's like still like 1% of players do raids.
Yeah, like, I don't understand. It's like at the end of the day, it's the end result of all this grinding, all this PvE stuff that we do. The end result is obviously raided, and people are so fucking like standoffish about raiding. Like before I was in the main our main clan, I used to troll LFG for be chill.
Yeah.
Like just sit there, just looking at be chill. All right, cool. Jump into that. Do you know how to do it? Yeah. And then you give them the old, I've seen a video on it. But you tell me your way.
Yeah.
You tell me your way. Oh yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah. I like your way. That's better. That's a better way. That is. And then finish the raid that way, and just basically, just explain your way all the way through the fucking raid. If they ask you, because I accidentally went into Prestige Leviathan once. End boss, Prestige Leviathan. I thought I could just fucking wing it. And the guy was like, right. blah 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 blah. I was like, boop. And
Nope.
it wasn't even, you know, because you know when people are fucking leaving because the fucking ghost comes up, the hand comes up, you're like, oh, little fuckers. That little fucker's trying to get out of here. He's fucking returning to orbit. It was like PlayStation off. It's just like a complete cut.
I'm out. Just completely gone.
Yeah. And then because he was like, oh yeah, you have to punch somebody, and then you get taken into the soul room, and I was like,
yeah.
Ooh, I'm a little bit above my fucking head, dude.
Yeah.
Just a touch.
Yeah. The worst part is when it's like you don't know the people you're playing with and they are super pressuring you to be like on the ball, otherwise you're not going to get this clear. It's like if you don't perform perfectly, we're all fucked. It's like it's not how it is.
Yeah.
You got to be more confident in like yourself. Well, you need to have a team of people who are so confident that they can solo it themselves, and if everyone else dies, they think they can get through, and that's how raids really work at the end of the day. And it's like,
didn't we have one last week where we were in the fucking nuke room and somebody got kicked out? Dark came in, started it, left,
yeah,
and we still managed to finish it on chaos.
Yeah.
And just 3 people because it was 3 brand new fucking people, and then everybody's just swapping the fucking business around.
Yeah.
I pick that up, wait till yeah. So like at the end of the day, these fucking raids are supposed to be fun. Like I hate, like my biggest fucking hate is angry little fuckers, fuckers who just can't understand that you've got 2 people you're teaching, 3 people you're teaching. Like you have to give them time to pick up the thing. If you fail for 20 fucking times, you fail for 20 times, but you're getting better every time you fucking.
Exactly.
I'm one of them angry fuckers. Don't get me wrong.
I'll be honest, my first impression of you was you would be one of those people, but doing Deep Stone Crypt clears with you so many times, especially Sherpas with you and Seiko, you are very patient, surprisingly. Like, you'll get snappy and be like, come on, guys, it's so obvious, just do it. But you never, just left. You never just go, fuck this, I'm out.
One quote, take your tongue out of my ass. Second quote, I can't do it. I've never been able to just only on LFGs. If you go into an LFG raid and you don't know the people and they are just talking out of their ass, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't take any appreciation for you to know and tell them what to do. If that's the case, I'll fucking leave straight away. But I'd never leave. I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't purposely leave a clan raid type of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, and fuck man, we stuck out some.
Even with short fuse, 3 hours in the fucking gauntlet room.
No, I still don't think that was the worst one we've done. I think, honestly, the 10x final phase, with 2 weeks ago that we did, where we stuck at it for 4 hours, and it was just no one understood the full ball mechanic of I'm either number 1 or number 3. I'm either number 2 or number 4. I'm 5. I'm 6. They just didn't comprehend it.
Number 4.
We're all 4.
Let's go. We're all 4.
Let's go to 4.
I'm not 4. I'm 5. It's in 5 and 6.
Fuck.
I have to run to number 1 or run number 2.
Oh, there's so many times, especially when people. The annoying thing about the Tanix final encounter is the picking up the balls, and it doesn't change the text of if you're going to steal the ball of someone else. It just says pick up ball. And then when people are learning, and especially you can say 10 times that you can steal a ball from someone else by accident, be careful picking it up. Someone will get halfway there and then go, I had a ball and now I've lost it. I'm confused. And it's it's usually the first 3 attempts before you get to damage that happens, and then it clicks on, and then
You think it'd be the fucking wheel though? You think that that wheel?
You'd think it would go slower, like dismantling an exotic compared to a legendary. Some sort of indication where it's different.
I can understand why it was, because it comes to a stage where you've only got 10 seconds or whatever it is. I think it must be only 10 seconds, and you would need to take that thing. If you take 3 seconds to take the ball off him, then you always have to take the ball off him 6 seconds. So I can understand the technique. I understand the process of doing it, but for that initial steal, you should have, I think, doesn't your screen go red?
No.
You pick the ball up, your screen goes red, and then you're like, oh, the screen's not red, or you see it's like a third person, so you see it carrying in you.
Yeah, it's third person. I think that's the only difference. I don't know. I'm always scanner. I mean suppressor.
Yeah.
Like I've just sort of
I
fallen
don't know
into that
why.
role.
I don't fucking know why you fucking asked at that fucking role.
Fucked if I know, man. But everyone's like, I don't want to have a thing on my head.
Mate, I was fucking like, not to tote my fucking boat, even though I am, is I was fucking operator, I was fucking ball runner, I was fucking noshing off people left, right, and
Jesus
fucking
Christ!
center.
Like, no, not a joke. Yeah, like, dude, there was a time where I suppressed and dunked a ball, and like, I'm on the other side of the damn area, running from 1 and 2 area to 5 and 6 because just people get stuck or they get lost or they go into 3 and they're like, oh shit, I'm meant to be 6, you know, and then obviously the radiation's gone. Vinny, this is the most I've weighed in 4 years. So you're looking at
you weigh?
I weigh 85 at the moment.
85. My leg weighs 85, man.
My highest I've ever been is 90, and I was at
Anorexic.
like, no, I just fucking eat a shit ton and fucking doesn't put it on. But like, I was at 80. I was at this point when I got my cancer, and then as the chemo went through my system, I dropped down to 60, and I got photos, and that's when I looked bad, man. Like, I'm a fatty.
Look, mate, you can eat me off, and you'll gain about fucking 20 kilos. I'll allow you.
Dude, I eat like a fucking whale. I'm always eating off stream. I'm not even kidding.
I know, mate. I just saw you fucking your
Motherfucker.
cans of
your
fucking tower of cans.
My sugar tower.
All right,
I'm never not. Yeah,
that's been 42 fucking minutes of talking random shit, and obviously Vince, I have got other friends. I didn't have to buy my friend.
Says doesn't believe because he has no other friends. I didn't see that one. Yeah.
Well, 10 seconds. What? Okay, he has no friends. Yeah, I got fucking friends.
Yeah,
my mum's my friend. Can't fucking tell any other difference. My mum will take you on.
Oh, okay. Before we have to go into, I have to tell this story from last night before we go into the 9 because it's hilarious. So just after you got off last night after we were playing trials, Seiko and I were just like going in on each other. We were just going hard, and like Kay was playing with us as well, and she was just jumping in on it. Fucking anything I said, she was just slamming me down, no matter what. Anyway, we were going in on Seiko and the fact that he was dating that Bible chick, and then he got ghosted, and it got onto the topic of us calling each other the C-bomb, and so he screenshotted my Facebook profile banner. Because there's me and a person in that, and he screenshotted that and sent me that image, and he's like, here's your C word, Agni Kai, and I'm like, he was thinking that it was Kate, and I looked at the image and I'm like, that's my sister.
Oh, wow.
So he's just like, well, he's done that, and so it's like devolved off of that, and he's like, he thought I was taking the piss, whatnot, 100% serious, so he stalked my Facebook page, sent her a friend request.
Oh wow!
So she jumps into my stream and I've like messaged her saying, look, if this person adds you, don't worry about it. And so she accepted the friend request, jumped into my stream.
Hold a second, man. Okay, where's your fucking? Let's get into Facebook. Let me. I need to check this shit. Keep on with your story.
He's like the entire time. As soon as he sees images of this girl, he's just like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, she's like a 10. And you're like dirt. I'm like, we've all accepted that she's adopted. Like, it's
Is
not
she adopted?
No, she's completely genetically related. Not that she looks like it, man. Fucking hell. Marv was there the whole time. I totally forgot about this. Marv was there the entire time, loving it.
Is that the one you do with the fucking funny face?
Yeah, the fucking double chin thing. So he's captured that image, sent it to me thinking it's Kate. It's my sister. She jumped into the stream. Anyway, now he's trying to get a date with my sister, who lives over in Western Australia, and he's in Victoria.
What would be awesome if he does manage it.
Look, if he pulls it off,
sleeps with her,
the thing
marries
is,
her,
the thing that annoys me
he's your
so much,
brother-in-law.
the thing that annoys me so much is that she's 6 foot tall, right? And
He's 6'4".
She is 6 tall. 6 foot. He's 6'5", right?
Yeah.
She's into taller guys that go to the gym, and he's a tall guy that goes to the gym. That's a firefighter.
And No. You mistake that he goes into gym. Jim is a person. I'm not saying anything about homosexuality, but Jim's a person. He's not. He doesn't go to the gym. He goes in gym dressed as a firefighter because that's his role that he likes to play.
But it's like everything just like fucking fell into place. Like if they were in the same state, this could happen.
That'd be fucking awesome. Like that'd be hilarious.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Because when I get invited to your wedding, then he will have to go there because he's seeing your sister.
Yeah.
And then we'll just get fucking rat-faced.
So that's
all right.
That is currently happening. Like
that's amazing.
That's still the story unfolding.
Balls of steel. Fair play to the line.
100%. Anyway, moving on from that story, I had to share that. That's going to be on one of my YouTube clips in a few weeks. But
that's amazing. No, that's fantastic.
It was a good time. This is why you don't get off after we play trials, man. This is why you just stick it out and sit in the party chat. Because shit happens when Kay joins party chats.
It was fucking 12 o'clock.
I don't care. I don't give a shit. You worked for 2 hours. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, I suppose I did work for 2 hours. I got fucking full day's pay, though.
Yeah,
full day's pay.
There you go.
All right. So, this is me pushing everything on. This is an episode. This was supposed to be an episode about the 9.
Yeah.
We've just used 47 minutes of our hour and a half.
Look, I've got a page and a half that I can fucking power through if I have to, but
nah, let's do it, man.
Okay, so
let's see what other obviously chat is saying.
Chat's just like
first before we got some people going on. Marv is saying about Eater Worlds, Solo and Eater Worlds and stuff like that. We used to fucking go ham in Solo Eater Worlds. Yeah. Marv is an old guy that I used to a fucking old acquaintance that I used to play with. He used to make so many orbs that the frame rate used to drop out. And then the frame rate drops out and then kicks you out. Because there's so many fucking orbs everywhere that you have to keep going there. And you'd be doing like I think the most I'd done was like 5 Nova bombs or 6 Nova bombs in the initial damage of Eater Worlds because of Marv and his fucking that was when Orpheus rigs were
true. When they were still at their prime and you could do the
Yeah.
Anchoring. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Alright. Hit us.
Alright, so this is scripted, so I'm going to be looking over here to read my script.
So, sorry, let me just point out. So what we're doing, guys, is we are chronological order, and we are going to be taking certain things, not really going through the history too far, but when you first get introduced to the 9, when you first get introduced to the Vex, when you first get introduced to the Elixir, and just other different parts in the history of Destiny. We will be taking bits of it. If we do embellish what we're going to be doing is embellish and making this more of a story instead of us just reading from the fucking book of Boring Sorrows.
Yeah. Oh man, I apologize
just
for the last like 2 episodes of the Book of Sorrows. I had a couple of technical issues, especially on the last one, getting the last one out, so that's why that audio was fucked. But that got difficult to read.
What else are we going to do is we are going to be possibly streaming from now on, so everything's going to be streaming, placed onto YouTube. But then what we're going to do, we're going to rip the audio, and then they're going to go onto the podcast thing, unedited, so you just get us raw, bareback,
finger guns. You get all the taped nipple.
Yeah, and the taped nipple.
Just one.
Let's see what I come out with next week.
I would actually be like very excited if you got some sort of sponsorship and the branding was like the nipple paste, the nipple tape you put over for each week.
Mate, $20 is $20. If any of the guys in the fucking, if any of the guys in the fucking chat, if any guys in the chat wants me to put their fucking faces on my nips, I'm fucking alright with that.
Next week.
And by all accounts, you can't put your feet up on Twitch. I don't know why.
Because feet can be used in a sexual way, so you can put feet up if you're resting, but you cannot be asked to put your feet on screen because of fetishes. Right. And you can't like sexualize it. Like I can't put my feet up and then start stroking it or like close up on it or whatever.
That's for my OnlyFans page. Yeah.
We will start an OnlyFans and it'll be all feet. It's a second cam that I have underneath my desk, and it's just a foot cam. And you can see the crooked, cranky shit that I do with my toes when I'm playing. Toe socks. Nice. Dude, toe socks are like glasses, man. You can't resist them.
What? All right. As you're reading, I'm going to be listening. I'm going to get another beer.
I'm going to be talking to the void. All right.
Yeah, I avoided my asshole.
Okay, so like we said, this is going to be a scripted moment. Please give any feedback on how we're doing this. If you want us to change it up in any sort of way. If it's just boring to listen to us like this, anything, let us know in the comments right now, and we will constantly try to evolve. Or we'll just keep doing it. Fuck this.
Yeah. We don't fucking change it. It's like this is our fucking podcast.
This is our. I got 8 more minutes.
Not yours.
Keep talking for 6 more minutes, and then I only have to talk for half an hour. Cutting it down at hour. All right. Before there was the 9, there was only nothingness. Empty space, a void. The void, to be more accurate, is a dimensional plane opposite to our own, invisible to our perception, but always present. This is a place of power and a place of powerful beings. We as Guardians draw power from this place, whether it be as a warlock casting a mighty Nova Bomb, or a Titan defending us with their Ward of Dawn. Aboard the Leviathan, we entered this realm when we first accepted the call from Emperor Callus and assaulted his throne room, witnessing a world of darkness and confusion, where gravity pulled in multiple directions, platforms made no linear pathways, and it all felt so empty. In this world, dark matter truly exists. So for dark matter in our world, dark matter is a very real theoretical concept of we perceive as humans, everything that we see, us, the world, space, all of it, only makes up what we can tell 15% of matter in our universe. The other 85% is believed to be dark matter. In the Destiny universe, inside the void, dark matter is very real and it is forever active. A series of dark matter particles began moving throughout the solar galaxy of Destiny, being pushed into planet cores and shot out again, only to be pulled back into planets, constantly bouncing back and forth down the line all the way out to our sun, back up all the way to Pluto, pulled through again, back and forth, until finally a consciousness began to form. I am. 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 In keeping with the philosophy of René Descartes, I think, therefore I am. 9 conscious beings came into life at that moment. The 9 were born. So at that moment where dark matter had forced its way through the planet cores back and forth and back and forth, consciousness came to life. This dark matter stream constantly moving created thought, and the first thought was I am. So thinking that I am brought their own life into being. That's where I'm going to leave for questions for now. I kind of sprinted through that, but
all right. So look, that's actually pretty good thing, because like dark matter is a thing. So the Hadron Collider I should say, in Switzerland, smash particles together, and they are supposed to have produced dark matter. So it's a real thing. It's a real thing, and obviously it's a real entity. But the particles. So what I read is let me just find it, and it kind of goes on to the thing. So it's the red. What is it? Nah, I lost it. It's about the red box on the Book of the Dust. Let me see. As you're thinking, I'll try and find it. So they basically point out that that dark matter is dust, and then dust becomes animated, and then that's what the fucking nine are.
Yeah.
And it's in there. It's in the dust law.
Yeah.
She practicing that thing. Oh fuck it, I've lost the cunt. That's not the thing.
Yeah.
So they just basically. Zer's introduced who's the chick who does the love
French name. Love, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't actually got her written down for this, but yeah, Zer does come into play, and I also have the emissary come into play as well. But yeah,
and so Lavinia, that's it.
Yeah.
So he talks about these particles of dust and stuff like that. And he gives her a red box, and it's all dusty on the stuff on the outer skirts of that. And then he discusses that this is the actual what the nine are made of, is this dust particles. Like you said quite eloquently, is these dust particles moving through the things and then gaining consciousness from that. But do you think so? Now, obviously, you discussed that it's possibly the 9 planets. We don't know for certain if it is the 9 planets.
Yeah.
There's a choice. There's 9 ghosts, 9 planet. It kind of. I like your theory better, where there's 9 planets.
I think that's the best idea. I don't think they include the sun. I think they include Pluto as one of them.
Pluto's not a planet, though.
It is now. It keeps going back and forth. So I count.
Oh, it's got back, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Do you reckon they're in different sizes, like big 9, small 9, Pluto? But do you think now? I know a little bit more information on this because I've been reading as well. So that we had the planets on the four planets on the side. Now they've been taken away, overcome by darkness, obviously. Like, do you think they now, like, the 9 are no longer, because of the split? Do you think they've been taken over by the darkness?
Well,
completely
only one of them, or 2 of them, Mercury. Mars and Mercury are the only ones to actually go from that, because Titan and Io are moons.
Right.
So possibly 2 of them. It really comes down to, we don't fully know if they are perfectly tithed to planets, like if they, and what happened to those planets and moons anyway. What if we just can't get to them or whatnot? And still, the 9 exist in the realm of the void where the darkness exists. So we don't fully know, even though those planets, from what we can tell, got enveloped by darkness, if that affected the 9 in any way. Because being enveloped in darkness is basically just getting flipped to the void world.
Yeah.
So if
we only ever see Zer, which was mid.
Yeah.
He's a part of the 9, but I think.
Yeah.
And we then see the emissary.
Yes.
They're the 2 entities that are completely thing. Yeah. Obviously, that's why, because it confused me, because I was like, well, why is the 9 awoken? But it turns out the emissary is awoken,
yes.
And then she's the emissary to the fucking 9.
Yes. Yeah.
But
yeah, so she has a history.
It's because they go into a lot of detail. They go into if you go on Destiny Wikipedia, Destinypedia, whatever the fuck it's called. Like, they emphasize the fact that this push and the pull, the I am, the I am, the I am, is as it's running through. Now remember, these things, dark matter is there at the start. It's possibly there at the start of the universe.
Yeah.
So these things are as old as the Garden of the Winnower. These things are as old as, like, obviously the planet's the Big Bang as theory. So these things have been gaining consciousness, and what as well as linked. That's my thing. These things are linked to every other living thing.
Yes, they are
in the world.
Yeah, they don't have a physical form, like you said. They're just dust particles essentially that have managed to think. That's probably the simplest way I can put it. But it's not like they're like just this little pile here. It's like you said, they're everything. So somehow, I think that's why the planet's representation is the best way to put it, because it kind of fixates a point where we can communicate to them. Like, they are, even though they are linked to everything and they are technically everywhere, if we were to look at a planet, we can say that is one of the members of the 9, and we can communicate directly to that part of that consciousness there. You know?
Yeah.
That's probably trying to simplify it down.
Do you think as the so this is off, your statement there is off when right at the beginning of the history of Destiny. So Garden of Winnower just had a big fucking argument, blah blah. And it's Book of Sorrows, so now the Hive are involved, and then you have the 9. Yeah. Do you reckon they have become more powerful the more evolved, and the more people come up, and the more as the world's... Ooh, all right.
It's like my next 2 fucking paragraphs are about, like,
Go. No.
Okay, yeah.
No, keep going.
Okay, so
Just read
I'll
it.
just read it. Yeah, okay, cool. So, not much is known about not much is known about the Nine from their beginning until the City Age. At a certain point in time, they began to want for a physical form, feeling trapped inside their current state of particles being flung between worlds. They longed for the freedom of emotion, of touch, of physical life. They observed for eons, trying to learn and understand what it is to have life, eventually concluding that they needed life in the solar galaxy to go on, for if the galaxy were to perish, so would they. With the City Age rising, they created an agent to help aid the new warriors fighting back against the darkness, being Xur. Having him sell us wares and trinkets, allowing us to grow more powerful, allowing them more time to learn and understand. But they did not understand. For all their knowledge, all their power, life held no meaning to them still. They do not understand loss or death. How could they? A life is particles in the universe. If the body dies and the particle persists, then the being lives on. This confusion created turmoil amongst the Nine, and the factions split into two. 5 staying true to the belief that the universe must survive no matter the cost, and 4 wanting physical form and life no matter the consequences. Of those 4, one of the 9 allowed Gaul to slip past the reef's defences, kept his fleet hidden from the tower's radars, allowing the Red War to pass. All for the idea of seeing if the light could be stolen, gifted and tamed. Of course, his plan ultimately failed and Gaul was defeated, yet the 9 still had learned. Always observant, always watching. So I don't know if I really answered your question, but I don't know if they grew stronger in the sense of they just have omnipotent power, but they do have the ability to affect our plane and allow things to happen, like the Red War to happen. There.
Yeah. So you said about the two factions. So they split off 4 one way, 5 the other. 5 are viewing us as a people, and it's slightly interaction. Like obviously you got the prophecy dungeon and all that sort of stuff. And then as we usually see them, so they had the Trials of 9, and you always had that big fucking emissary talking bollocks
and the giant space horse, but no one ever talks about that.
Yeah, it's like a moot point. And then you got the 4.
Yeah.
So on Dust, in the Dust law book, there's a section called Bones. All right, and I'm gonna I don't want to step on your toes at the moment, but I just want to see. I'm just gonna try and emphasize on how these guys, maybe the 4, are trying to change because they saw inadvertently linked to every life on the planet. They want to step away from that. So if the planet wipes out, where the darkness just wipes everything out, these fuckers don't fucking die, basically.
Yeah.
That's the thing. All right. This is the Bone on Low Book Dust. They waited for Lavina in the courtyard of the ruined tower, although they do not strike until she holds the guilty object in her hand. A Titan in New Monarchy red pins her to the ground. A hunter with a gun barrel as wide as the moon cuffs her and calls her a looter. Rahul has watch on this one. The Titan remarks, consulting her black-tipped ghosts. Says it's for her own protection. The hunter hisses and flinches back. She's got a bone. Get off her. Enough! This voice is strange to Lavina, but the power in it can only be Ikora rays. You will never touch a mortal human in anger again. That is not our purpose. Thunder booms. Something detonates nearby. Lavina's ears pop. She gets the sense that voluntary or otherwise the 2 men, the 2 New Monarchy guardians, have vanished. Lavinia tries to stand up, but vertigo and the cuffs pinch her sideways, and she lands hard on her hip. Master Ray, she gasps. I'm sorry, I should have filled a... Lavinia, Ikora coils. Fury has a tooth of fear in it. Open your left hand. There's a bone in her hand, a long chunk of jaw with one huge white protruding tooth. It's warm and comforting and solid. She clutches it protectively, the key, the egg tooth, that will crack open the mystery of the 9 and put her back in the Master's good graces and save her from the probationary rules dropped on her when he hauled her out of the archives. With an effort that will make her shout loud, she opens her fist and drops the Akmahara bone. All right, it goes on. I can't bother to. I can never fucking pronounce it. So they have purposely gone for Ahamkara bones.
Yes.
They later say on that they appeared just before the Great Arahants. So they purposely try in different ways to get themselves
Yeah.
sentient and not obviously attached to the living forces.
Yeah.
So they're using wish dragons. They're using wish dragons, I would imagine.
Yeah.
If, as in the Book of Sorrows, Zol and all them fucking worms are a part, like we discussed, they could be a part of the same race and they kind of branched off one way.
Yep.
So I wouldn't put them past them to try and use that as well to get them. So they try and everything to get their own fucking bodies.
I would be interested to see or know if they can use the bones without a physical form already, and that's why they haven't used them so far.
Well,
I don't know how the Ahamkara bones work.
Well, they're using their human counterparts, or the Lavinia.
Oh, yeah, they use Lavinia.
So they use her to try and use the bone to try and to wish them a body or wish them something. Whether the Ahamkara are powerful enough to alter that type of reality, because
I wonder if
they are basically the fabric of the fucking world, or part of the fabric of the world.
I wonder if it's not enough power in the bone itself. Like, you need Riven before taking Riven sort of power or like life, strength to make that level of a wish.
Well, we've already killed Zol, and there's supposed to be 7. Oh, we got Zol and which one did
Akka.
Oryx kill? Akka. So there's supposed to be 7 of them. So you purposely go for the one you purposely go for the guys that are still alive.
Yeah.
If then obviously the dragon.
Well, the 9 are trapped, well, not trapped, but they're tied to the soul universe. Our universe is like their extent of their range of existing. So whether or not the worms are even in our dimension, or if they're just hanging out in the ascendant realm.
Well, they are, didn't they? Because they were trapped. So the way the law works is Zol got taken onto Mars. Mars, then he tried taking over Mars, but then Rasputin froze Mars, freezing Zol on Mars.
Yeah.
So they're there.
Zol was there with Nokris because of what Nokris could do, being a necromancer, which is like very against Hive religion because they're very much dead stays dead. That's the law of the soul logic, and a necromancer breaks that logic. But Zol was into that.
Yeah. So like you said though, there's not much like we can assume on the 9. We've come across and we've interacted. I don't think we've ever interacted with the actual 9 themselves. We always go through either Zur and their and the emissary.
Yeah.
They're the only 2 interactions that we ever have with them. They're always in the background fucking gobbledygook and shit and stuff.
Yeah, they're never I don't think they can yet. Or we don't have the power yet to reach them. We can reach the Ascendant Realm, which is a different realm again to the Void. They're not the same place. The Void is one, the Ascendant Realm is another, and then there's our physical plane that we exist on. That's the best way I can understand it.
Yeah. No, it's a difficult to understand it because it's all theory. You get the dribs and drabs. Like you get, it's never the 9. Like the Book of Sorrows is a linear history of the Hive. The Vex has a linear, even though it's like all over the fucking place because they do the time travel. They have a linear history. Like the 9 have like, we think that they're in a big fucking horse, or we think Zur, they're like a fucking tentacle looking fucking thing that Zur is and shit like that.
Yeah, whatever his need for looking that way was. Whether he's just like a rag doll thrown together zombie deal. Frankenstein.
I read somewhere that he could be possibly a fucked up wish from an Ahamkara book.
Probably.
Yeah.
Could be an emissary that just went wrong. Like, we don't fully know how the emissary got transformed either. Like, she was really a character I want to go on to later, but she was a character who was a guardian who got obsessed with the nine and obsessed with power, so she went and sought them out, and then something happened, and now she's the emissary.
Yeah.
And we deal with the nine through her very limitedly. Because the nine, and it's becoming more clear why with Beyond Light, the nine became very obsessed with three characters that we didn't understand at the time, which was when we were learning through the Invitation of the Nine storyline during the Season of the Drifter. And they mentioned three characters. One was the Dredgen, who we knew was Drifter, a blunted blade sharpened anew, which we learned with Beyond Light as Eris, and then an ever-patient hourglass, which we learned was Elsie Bray, the Exo-Stranger. And they became obsessed with these characters because they had transcended their initial design of... They were all... Well, Drifter was Arisen, who then became a Dredgen, who then became the Drifter. You know, he was meant to be a light bearer, turned away from that because he always understood that he just had to do what he needed to survive. He was in the Dark Ages, saw how warlords and iron lords lived, and went, they're the same thing. They just kill for power. I'm leaving that behind. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm just going to kill to live. Turned to the Dredgen because he believed that they were actually seeking out a power that could help balance the light. Like, they weren't just... Some of them were just seeking out darkness for strength. He believed that the balance needed to happen. And then that's ultimately how he became Drifter after leaving them and met up with Elsie Bray, the Exo-Stranger, and why he is part of her design. He is seeking out the balance between light and dark. Elsie Bray is the same deal. She is a product of darkness, being an Exo, and Exos are made of clarity, which is darkness science. I'm just going to call it that for now because that's a lot of technical talk.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit there.
It's darkness science mixed with the Vex body to make Exos. But she, again, is a transcendent design of her initial idea of she was just meant to be a war machine, but now she actually fights against that initial idea, and she is traveling back in time to prevent a future that she was supposed to live. And then obviously Eris was a guardian who fell, lost her light, but gained the power of the hive, and ultimately the power of stasis and darkness, and she's transcended her initial design and understanding of the world. It's all about they witnessed the power of the light, realized that they couldn't harness it themselves through goals, so now they're looking beyond that. Like, even though that member of the Nine is no longer part of the same faction, they all learned the same information. They all witnessed the same thing. They're all still going towards the same goal, so it's just turning their sights towards more. What can we do next?
Yeah. They obviously hate. They're so omnipotent that they hate the fact that they tied to us.
Yeah.
They fucking detest, and I think like I keep saying that the five of them are okay with us, and that's like the part of the faction that we see completely all the time.
Yeah,
and the other four hate our fucking hate our fucking.
I don't know if they don't have the emotion of hate, but they don't have. There's something that the five that are willing for us to live have that the four don't. Whether it's they just have a difference of understanding. I don't know. But
my wife brought me in a love heart. Yeah,
I was looking away and I was good. I could see the hand in the corner of my eye and I was just ignoring it.
We're moving up in the podcast. I have now a heart on my neck. She's into it. She's
liking it.
So, go on, mate.
Yeah, so there's something that the five understand about us that the four don't, and it's they're not willing to let us die, whether it's just selfish reasons where if we die, they feel like they're going to get wiped out. But the four have a different understanding of we are disposable for their means. There's something there that they've missed, or they've some lesson that I want, some event that I want to see play out that led them to that understanding. Whether it's just like everything that's happened, maybe. I'm not sure.
This is off the Bones thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just the very end part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think this is Ikora asking Lavinia? Why do you think the Nine needs Kara? Ikora asks dangerously to make wishes Lavinia pants. Zur didn't appear in the tower until the end of the Great Ahamkara Hunt. Whatever they used to get from the Ahamkaras, she leaves it unsaid. Maybe the Nine are now getting it from the Guardians. So that's somebody made a wish, whether it's the Nine, or whether they've gone through a human or one of the race's counterparts to make a wish, and then Zur turned up. So I think Zur is a initial wish of a body, but as you can see, it fucked up.
Yeah, it failed.
Yeah, so it failed, and maybe that's why we haven't seen them more of Zur, because they've realized it could be, there may have been 10 of them. Maybe 10 of them. They made the wish. Zur appeared, and then he's this fucked up, like hunched over little fucker that doesn't.
And the 10 turned into 9.
Yeah, and then that, and he just gives you shit fucking exotics.
They didn't used to be. They used to be quite up there, and then you had those blue quality sparrow. No, you had the coils that you could put on your sparrow to make it a blue into a legendary, which no one ever did because you got like 100 legendary drop fucking sparrows. It was the weirdest currency we've ever had. I don't understand.
Look, after you initially get all your exotics from Zur, he's a fucking pointless entity. Like you can get the exotic once a week, and if you got a cipher, you can get it, and then hopefully out of all your fucking exotics, you get something that actually works for you.
It's supposed to be protection loot, so if you don't have a certain exotic on that character, you're supposed to get that one. And then if you have all of them, you just get like hopefully a better roll on stats.
Yeah,
but
you should. What would be cool if you could get if you could model your exotic, like in their the recaster that's coming out next season, is add something. Get like you got a cipher, use a cipher, and then add other like planetary things.
I was gonna sort of say this when we talked about armor setting last week, where they should just change the armor design idea entirely and just turn it into more of an RPG style game where it's like you just have a base set of armor and you just upgrade that armor set, and then the look of it is just you get ornaments from doing activities and that changes the look, but you like can put points into that armor set to do what it needs to do. So like whatever it drops out, it's like 1250 whatever, that's just its defensive power capabilities, right? And then it's like you level up your helmet, you get X amount of points, and you can put points into your helmet for mobility and recovery and all that shit. So it's not mods, it's still the stat points. I feel like there'll be a way better system than just grinding out armor to get hopefully.
It's a used system as well. It's been tried and tested all the way through all these other different.
Yeah, and it's way more popular. I feel like it's like it sucks getting a good roll on armor, and then it's like next season I can't make this any more powerful, so I have to go get the same thing again. I'm more excited for ornaments and transmog rather than getting better stats at the moment. But that's me personally. In fact, the only other thing I really have on the 9 for this episode is just a quote from I said it 2 seconds ago. Invitation of the Nine's quest line, when they were questioning the emissary about the dredging because they just wanted to understand what he is. Because we basically covered everything on the 9 that we know about so far. We know that they're paracles or beings dust trying to find a physical body, that there's 2 factions and their motives are the same, but their drive is the same, but they're 2 different motives. Is that the right way to put it?
Yeah, I zoned out.
They want the same thing, but getting there is 2 different paths for these 2 different factions. Yeah, that's basically what we have.
One wants to just take a shortcut, isn't it? It's like we keep talking about these factions, but we never really understand these factions. Like these factions are a big thing. Whether they will turn around and form and just like split. One goes to the light. We call it light and call it dark. Like these creatures, I think, transcend both. Yeah. Like a foot in each. Yeah. Whether they will split completely, we don't know. Like, we know hardly shit all about them.
Yeah.
They fucking.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd touch on them because they are always there. Prophecy Run, Drifter Dredging, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They're always there.
They're always watching.
So we wanted to touch on them, and just basically point out there isn't fucking much information on it. Later on, as the time goes, there is more information, but we want to stick to a certain chronological order.
The more information really out there is the characters that we interact with to talk to them. So the Emissary and Lavinia, and their storylines are really, really interesting, but they are very much worthy of their own episodes and their own breakdowns, rather than us just like going in 3 sentences, this is what happened.
Yeah. And like I keep saying, we're only gonna go up to the next stage. It's really fucking difficult, because I'd love to turn around and go, this is what happens. Like, you touched on Gal. There's so much fucking shit even before that.
Yeah.
Like, there's the Vexes, the Elixir, and all that.
The only reason I wanted to touch on Gaul was because, yes, one of them let him pass, but it was also, and like, we know that there's 2 factions that have opposite views on that, but nonetheless, the 5 that want us to live still let it happen. Like, they have the same power. They could have stopped it, you know?
Yeah.
Whether they say they're more caring about us or not, they still let that happen, which is important, I think, to understand.
I think we just an ant farm to these fuckers.
Yeah.
Like, we just this really interesting ant farm that, they've got a little bit of fucking a little bit of power to them, and they can turn around and fight back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what we are. It's just a big fucking science project.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we have on the 9. If you have any questions, I'm going to leave the stream running for another 5 minutes here. Ask away anything you want to ask. It doesn't have to be about the 9. Ask about what we're doing with the podcast, anything that's going on.
Yeah. So next week is episode 13.
Yes.
We will be touching on the Vex.
Yes.
Hopefully, I've got more than like half a page worth that fucking Agnikai's gone. I can go into slightly more detail. But it's all right, mate. It's all right. You've done well. For your first time, you've done well.
That was 2.5 pages that we just sprinted through.
I know.
I got to write so much more. Like, I thought that was going to sort of drag out a bit more and I could explain a bit more, but it's just...
It's whether it brings... It's whether it incites thought, and then you can delve into certain things that will incite a conversation, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
It doesn't, because it's so in the air.
Yeah.
I'm
really excited. I'm really, really excited. I know we're still way away from it, but I'm really excited for like Dark Age stories, which is the Fellwinter stories and the Iron Lords, and the Wild West stories of Shin Malphur and all that shit. I'm dying to get to that, and I think we're going to get there soon. The timeline's kind of funny from this point, and it was like a central line where it was like Garden Game started, Book of Sorrows, the 9, and then it's sort of at this point like split off into 3. Like the 9 happens, this is the main one, and then it's like Gaul, the Cabal, the Empire, and then the Vex, and then the Elixir come in later on, and it's like the Elixir are getting really expanded with the Beyond Light storyline. Like Kay played one of the missions the Techronaut Empire Hunt for the first time, and you get that animated cutscene where it explains the whirlwind and the fall of the Fallen and all of that, and she's like, that's the first time I've seen a child enemy in this series. I kind of feel bad for the Fallen now. I kind of feel like they're not doing as bad as I thought they were. Like, I kind of get their motives. I was like, yeah.
She shot it in the face, though, didn't she? She shot that fucking little dirty...
as soon as Aramis comes on the screen, she's just like, spiky bitch.
But if any of you guys want to see the history, we've got the timeline. We can put it up in the Discord channel and stuff like that. But just let us know. This is just our branch. This is just us testing the waters for the new Outlook.
Yeah.
Just let us know what you think. We're not getting much comments back. Obviously, Vince talking shit out of his fucking asshole again.
No, I think everyone's just sort of thought it was goodbye time, so they're going. I'm going to keep streaming for tonight. I'm going to be playing games after this, so I'm going to take a $5, put on the BR back screen, and then I'm going to be jumping onto the PlayStation. But, yeah, that's pretty much all we got for tonight, guys. Thank you for listening and our shit talking for 40 minutes beforehand and our vamping. That's pretty much the layout we are sort of aiming for. We're going to have guests on, not next week, the week after. We're going to have like 2 weeks of law reads, one for each of us, and then a guest episode. And we'll see how that pattern plays out. If it works for you guys and you guys are enjoying it, we'll keep going with that. If you're liking the guests more than the actual scripted episodes, we might switch it up to have more guests on a bit earlier. We'll see how it plays out ultimately.
Look, we'll just play it by ear. All right, guys. Fuck you all. I'm out.
All right. Thank you all. I'll be live again on PlayStation soon.